Hi, everyone, and welcome to What We Read in Wednesdays. Welcome or welcome back.
For every one book I finish, I add 5 more to my TBR. There's just so many good books to read.
Hi, my name is Crystal Lee. I am the creator of this channel. We have 3 things that we do almost every week. We have a mood every Monday, we have a read every Wednesday, and we have a van life Friday because I'm someone who currently inhabits a van and wants to make it her whole personality like I do everything else. Let's just get into it. In this video, I'm going to show you the tour of my library, my home library, if you will. I am a library whore. The library and me were like this, or at least I'm like this, and they're kind of like, please return your books, ma'am. And I have a lot of books that I have checked out. I have currently 26 books checked out, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when they're not yours and when they're taking up a very small percentage of space, it is important to know that you don't need 26 books checked out. I do need 4, though, that I want to currently read. And with that being said, I'm going to return the books. Hold on, because these books are mine. These are the libraries. And I have a bag over here, and these are the libraries as well. So again, it may not sound like a lot, but it looks like a lot and it takes up a lot of space. So what I decided to do is return all of them besides the 4 that I want to continue reading for this month, and let you guys give you a little tour of my biblioteca in mi casa. First and foremost, let me put all the library books into the bag so I can separate that from what's mine. The ones I'm keeping are The Obsolete Gate, which is a second book in the Broken Earth series by N.K. Jemisin. I'm currently on the first book of the 5th season, and I want to keep all the books in the series with me while I read it. So there's that one I'm keeping. I'm also doing a video on a love song for Ricky Wilde, which is a very timey-wimey timeline book and a romance, and I'm really excited to read it. But oh my god, we match so well. I need to take a picture with this book for an Insta post immediately. Where is the third book? Oh, the third book of the Broken Earth series, The Stone Sky. Those are all the books that I'm keeping. Everything else is getting put back. Some of these aren't even logged in my Goodreads, so I'm gonna take a picture. But some of them are grabbed randomly from the library when I'm like just scrolling through it and I'm like grabbing things. Because I feel like you can shop till you drop at the library, but you really can't. That's being returned. Will come back for you. This basket is not necessarily empty, but I will be using it for something else to organize the van with. I needed to keep all books contained in these 2 shelves. So that's what is also about. Like, I'm also organizing and like talking to you guys while I do it. This is my cute journal. Isn't she gorgeous? I love me a leather-bound journal. I started writing leather-bound journals about 5 years ago. Have not looked back. You can't pay me to go back from anything other than a leather-bound journal. Okay. Hi. I want to bring you a little bit closer. Oi. Hey there. And then we're going to turn you. Hi. These are the books that I have. Currently bungee together so they don't move when I drive the van. And then the other bungee is connected to my bed railing, so again, it doesn't move. This is not organized at all. I just put them in. But I will still start with my favorite because it's at the top here. Hold on. Okay. So, Curvy Girl Summer by Daniel Allen. In my last video, like the newbies, or one of my last videos, the newbie tag, I said I don't have a favorite author. I only read one of her books, but this was one of the books that got me to thinking that I can be loved because I finally saw like me in the book. Favorite thing in the world. A lot of spice, which I wasn't used to. I was just like, oh, okay. But the story was beautiful, and I can see myself in the character, but also just relate some of the things with their family back to my family or whatever. It just makes me feel good and like a really, really, really good story. Such a good thing. I told you all this stuff, but I didn't tell you what it was about. This main character, she has a lot of relationship goals. She also has pressure from her family. She also has time ticking because it's her birthday. I think she's turning 30. And so when that clock is ticking, she takes it upon herself to make a goal for herself to go on dates until she finds someone to, one, spend the rest of her life with, but also to accompany her to her 30th birthday party, one and the same. And while out at a bar for one of her dates, she meets this beautiful man right here. She meets Ahmad, a bartender who's also been through some shit, and he helps her date. And you know what that means? They fall in love. That's just the plot line. Such a beautiful story. Daniel Allen, a great writer, and I can't wait to read her book. I think it's The Plus Size Player. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. This is Lucy Score, Corpse in the Closet, one part of the Riley Thorne series, a psychic that helps a detective solve crime, and they fall in love. Well, I say that like it's a definitive thing. Their story is definitely like a slow burn, but Detective Nick Santiago is that protective, that overprotective, who did it, who hurt you type of person. And unfortunately, his character started off as the player, the guy who doesn't do those things, and he finds the one who just makes him want to, and that is Miss Riley Thorne, our psychic. I only read 2 of the books in the Riley Thorne series, but it's so fun. Riley, she went through a horrible divorce, and she is now living in essentially an old folks home. So she has like 5 different elderly people of all different ailments and personalities and backgrounds in one home, and they're so funny. They have such a great personality. Lucy Score wrote the best ragtag team of people that I have read, and I love it so much. I can't really wait to finish. Well, I guess I can really wait to finish because I haven't finished it yet, but I want to finish the rest of this, and I want to read some of Lucy Score's other books, but like one thing at a time. I shouldn't explain all this, or it's going to be like a really long video, but whatever. Love of My Afterlife, woman dies choking on a chicken bone. Single woman dies in her apartment by herself, choking on something. I forget what. I think it's a microwave burger, a microwave chicken sandwich, whatever. She dies, meets her like afterlife angel, and then the love of her life dies, meets her in that same spot, and then he leaves because apparently he was only temporarily dead. And now the person, her like angel guardian person, was like, you had a horrible life, no love, no nothing. I'm gonna send you back to try to find this guy, but you have a limited amount of time to find this guy. And if you can get him to kiss you, you can have your life back. And from that, she journeys into life and just finds a little bit more excitement, joy, and love because she's on this adventure, this huge adventure to save her life, which she didn't really know that she loved. She found friends. She found a love of her life. She found a community after she had to die the first time. Such a good book. I think I rated this 5 stars. I think I cried at the end too. Bet on it. They both have anxiety. They're both on some antidepressant or anti-anxiety medicine. And they find each other and they play bingo together. They try to make it work together, but both of them have issues that they can't make it work together. I gave this book a 3-star because it's a simple book. It's very cute. Loved her, hated him. I hate a 3rd act breakup, and it was his fault. It was a good book though. Oh, sorry. They enter into a pact that they can only like be together if one of them wins bingo. So like bet on it is like the bet that if they win, if one of them wins bingo, they fuck. Ooh, Susan Patterson's Things I Wish I Told My Mother. If you have a good relationship with your mom, I envy you. If you don't have a good relationship with your mom, if you know, you know. My first delvation into fairies, Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Loved it. It was my first time ever reading a book with like fairies and in a magical world like this deep. And I was like, I'm never leaving. And so I didn't leave. Miss Emily writes an encyclopedia for fairies and other creatures, and we go on a journey with her as she does that in a small town. There's mystery afoot, there's death afoot, and so she helps these people solve a crime simply because she wants to write down all the information, but she ends up falling in love with them. So it's not even a crime. I think it's just an event that happened around fairies, but I think it was a crime. Very good. Loved it so much. All My Rage. Have not read it. Excited to read it though. Have no idea what it's about, but I think it's about a woman who's angry, and I am for it. Salahuddin and Noor are more than best friends. They are family. Growing up as outcasts in a small desert town in Juniper, California, they understand each other the way no one else does, until the fight, which destroys their bond with a swift fury of a star exploding. Now Sal scrambles to run the family motel as his mother, Mishab's health fails, and his grieving father loses himself to alcoholism. Noor, meanwhile, walks a harrowing tightrope, working at her wrathful uncle's liquor store while hiding the fact that she's applying to college so she can escape him and Juniper forever. When Sal's attempt to save the motel spirals out of control, he and Noor must ask themselves what friendship is worth and what it takes to defeat the monsters in their past and the ones in their midst. Okay, so it's not about women in anger, but there's anger and then there's women in there. So I think this is going to be just a delve into a friendship bond and family and how we, I don't know, forgive people, how we get through things together, and how strong a friendship is. I liked it because I like the cover. Sounds like I'll be reading this soon. Well, I don't know. Homebodies. I should give this away. If you watched my newbie tag video, this was one of them things that I hated. I hated it so much. And I don't know why I still have it. I've never been like a big ass hater, but now I'm realizing I am a big ass hater. Why do I keep this book? I may donate it at some point, but not right now. The Women Destroyed, a book translated from French. If you want to cry and feel like your life as a woman is the most depressing, dark abyss of existence, no winning anywhere, no matter if you follow the rules of society or if you don't. If you want to read this and you want to feel that way, read this. These are 3 stories of different women and completely different lives talking about their experiences as women and how they feel as it happens. The last story killed me. The last story killed me to fucking death. Oh my god, I'm like feeling it like right now. Killed me. Read it. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I think it's a YA novel. A girl tries to solve a murder that happened in her school. It's a series. I got it because I really liked the cover and I'm here for it. Yes, I have it. I have it. I read the Powerless series and I'm not too mad at it. Okay, I lied. I read the first one and the prequel, or the first one and the middle one. I have not read Reckless yet, but I am excited to read it. I just haven't gone back to it because since reading this, I have gone towards extreme fantasy and world building, especially with the Broken Earth series from N.K. Jemisin. Like, this is where I started. This is where I am, and I'm here for it. I will get back to that. Apparently there's more books in the series to come out, and I'm like, close the series so I can read it and finish it and be satisfied. Yeah. Hello? Back there are not important. But, I lied. One of these is a leather-bound journal. This one has an elephant? No, this one has a tree of life on it. Can you get it? Isn't it gorgeous? Leather-bound. Get you a fucking leather-bound. When I write in my journals and they're leather-bound, I am already taken back to a century where my rights were taken away more so. I'm writing with a pen. I'm writing with ink that I got from an octopus and a feather I got from an owl. That's how I feel when I write in something like this. I missed 3 of them that were on the bottom. All About Love by Bell Hooks. If you know, you know. It's been taking me over 5 years to finish this book, and I'm still only halfway through. I keep restarting it because every time I read it, I feel like I've never, ever been loved a day in my life. It is a beautiful diving into what love really is, like the basic definition, and how we show it or we don't show it with different aspects of our lives. And I cry. Even If the Sky is Falling, 5 or 6 different stories about people thinking that it's their last day on earth and what would you do if it's your last day on earth. Hint, they just have sex. But each story is really good. Lastly, for the bottom shelf, it's Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers. Heard really good things about this book. An old Miss Lady is, I think, helping with a murder, but she's just like somebody's grandma, and she's just in the shits. And I think it'll be a really fun read, and it's a series, so I'm going to read it. Okay. Second shelf. It's a mixture of a lot of things, and I don't know where to start. Okay, starting Pride and Prejudice, Jane Austen. I love the movie with Keira Knightley down. I really do love it. I enjoy that one so much. Like, oh my god, I enjoy it like so much. But I've never read the book, and so I've been wanting to read the book. Next one, Eat, Pray, Love. Love the movie down. Never read the book. I wanted to read the book. A woman gets divorced. She travels to 3 different places to eat and pray and love. I have Sacred Secrets that or Sacred Contracts that I kind of want to donate. It just talks about awakening your divine potential. This was in my self-help era. I keep it because I feel like it may actually help with something. I don't think it will. So I may just actually, what lessons and wisdom have I learned from the partnership of this archetype? I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know, but I have this to have it, I guess. Along the same route, though, of that is The Artist's Way that I am going to reread. I lied again in my last thing. I was like, oh, there's no book that I would reread. I started this. I didn't finish it. So I'm not like rereading it, but I'm going to complete it. That's what it is. And the next one is the complete book of chakra healing, because I wanted to learn all the stuff it needs to learn about the energies in my body. And I think I still might do that. So those are the 3 self-help books that I have. I might have more. if you want to count the unabridged journals of Sylvia Plath. I have The Six of Crows and The Crooked Kingdom duology. Haven't read it, heard nothing but great things about it, and I cannot wait to read it. It is, I think, a side story of the Blood and Bone series. Blood and Bone? No. Bone and Sparrow? Sparrow Bone? Blood and Sparrow. Blood and Shadow and Bone. Shadow and Bone series. I love the way people talk about the Gang of Thieves, and I just can't wait to also read the detail of it. I think I also love this one like line that I've been hearing on Instagram reels, like the sound. It's about like Kaz saying something about love, and every time I hear it, it's so beautiful. And if I can read that, I would love to have that experience. So I'm here for it. A Tale as Old as Time, A Twisted Tale. I have so many different books that are retelling of fairy tales that I cannot wait to read. This is one of them. I was gifted it for Christmas from my friend Ariana. I love her so much, and I cannot wait to read it. Beauty and the Beast, all time, without a doubt, hands down to the day I die. My favorite Disney movie, favorite Disney princess, and I wonder why. Crystal Cove is a book that got me back into reading. It's about a psychic who meets a guy who's with no soul, and they both try to figure out their own lives because of those two things that they have going on. It's a really nice book, very simple. Love the ending though. The Only One Left, thriller, I believe, or thriller suspense. I was gifted it from my friend for Christmas, and I think it's about only one person left. It's just a thriller about, I think, somebody returning to a home after a massacre. Yeah, a teenager or a girl returning to her home after a huge massacre in that house, and she was the only one who survived it and coming back to the place in which it happened. The Girl Who Looked Beyond the Stars, a cute, self-published book about a girl who has a huge purpose with the stars. I saw it in the library and decided to grab it. I think it was $1. A good cover and a good title will grab me every single time. Lastly, The Unabridged Journals of Sylvia Plath. I want to get back into reading this, maybe reading a couple pages every day or something, because she's a thick boy and we need to get through her. Even though we knew the end, is a sapphic novella that kind of reminds me of Supernatural. It basically says Supernatural. It says stylish supernatural noir with a heart and a thrumming pulse. I devoured it. It was really good. Very simple. If you watch Supernatural, you'll get the some of the callbacks to it. I guess not the callbacks to it, but some of the familiarities of it. They didn't copy off of it. And the next one is All the Right Pieces by Nakia Homer. Just a book of small excerpts that are really good and feel good to read. I used to do different videos on my TikTok of me just going through the book and then reading something. And I will say today has been such a weird day of events in my life that I think it's important to do that today. So I'm going to drum through this or flip through this and pick one for us to read today. Okay, I don't know which one to read, so I looked at right and left. Okay, maybe we'll read both. There is a version of you that you will have to grow into in order to experience. That's the pressure you're feeling right now. That's why you're being pushed to heal. That's why some things are no longer working out. That's why you aren't sleeping through the night. That's why you no longer feel comfortable. That's why you have so many questions. That's why you don't feel like yourself. You're growing. That wasn't to me, but I hope that helped you. I don't feel any of that. So I'm hoping that helps someone out there. I'm gonna read the right one just because. I know how hard it is to move forward without the kind of closure you think you need. I also know what it's like to stay stuck in a cycle of self-doubt, feelings of inadequacy, and longing for answers that will make it all make sense. When we look for closure, what we're really actually seeking is something to make what has become final easier to bear. Or we're hoping that somewhere during the final conversation, the other person or opportunity will see our value and choose us. When those things don't happen, we have to grow to choose ourselves and move forward anyway. Closure is a finish, an end, a conclusion, or a resolution. When you can do those things for yourself, you take your power back. The problem is in our understanding of closure. It means to bring to an end. We get closure as soon as it's over. That was good. That also didn't really fit anything I was going through, but I'm hoping those things helped you. Please let me know if it did, if you got this far into the video. The two other things we have on here is a word puzzle and a Sudoku puzzle. You don't gotta see that. And then we have a coloring book back here that I need things to color with, like markers. I had color pencils, but they did not do the job. It's cute and all, but imagine how more potent the color would be if it was a marker. Ah! Oh my god. the world literally is my recording studio, and I find that hilarious. My mic fell. Ugh. I completely forgot I have more books in the back. Hold on, everyone, hold the phone. Also, I have like a little reading nook set up back there in the corner. I want to get a chair, but I did take a picture with it the other day, like at night, and how cozy it is. I'm gonna post it like right here because it was so a cute vibe. It was like we were in a thunderstorm, so we could have died. But I was just sitting in my van while the thunderstorm and like this mini tornado was happening, and it was so cute. But here's a picture. I have a few books that I got from BlurredCon. There were a lot of indie, like a lot of book vendors there. Obviously, self-published and indie. I got 2 books from N.D. Jones. It's Barely Gold and Crimson Hunter. It's from her Fairy Tale Fatale series, and it's a retelling of Goldilocks and the Three Bears and Little Red Riding Hood, which I think is interesting because I've never seen a like fantasy retelling of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. I'm excited for that. Where is it going to go on the shelf? I do not know. Actually, I'm going to take these 3 healing books down, and I decided just now and then I'm going to donate them. I'm not going to get back to them, and when it's time for me to get back to them, I will find them again. Artist Way, I'm keeping those. So these 2 are getting put in here. I have this series, that Ellendale series by Andrea Rose Washington. Abandoned at birth by her mom, later on finds out that her mom is essentially responsible for saving the entire world, and she has to essentially help her, I believe. So excited to read this series, book 1 and 2, and she's coming up with book 3 hopefully next year. So next time I go to BlurredCon, I can pick up the 3rd one. And then I have Destiny's Hammer by T.L. Price. I think it's like your regular fantasy book of, it's a fantasy with dragons. The way she explained it was really, really good. A warlord Jackson Hammer, ruler of something, meets Tiara, young girl who's feisty and angsty, and they fall in love. There's dragons in there, so I'm here for it. Also, I got a comic book. It's Joystick Angels. I also have another comic book, X-Men, because I really want to get into comic books now, so I have 2 to read. I have 2 read them, and I'm gonna keep this out just to like read it every now and then. That is essentially my home library. If you read anything, please let me know how you felt about it. If you want to read something, please let me know in the comments down below. And if you don't agree with anything that I said about these books, also please let me know down below. It's just everyone has different emotions when it comes to reading, or different perspectives after they read a story. I'm here to hear it. Let me know. Hi. No, wait, come back here. I'm not done yet. I love you. I am grateful for you, and I will see you in the next story. Bye.